Today, things are getting a little spooky. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to crochet this spiderweb top, the perfect mix of spooky and cute for Halloween. For materials, you can use your best yarn for wearables. I recommend using 2 colors, one for the spiderweb and one for the body of the top. I'm using a 4.5mm hook for this project. You will also need a pair of scissors and a yarn needle for weaving in ends. Also, I used a 4.5mm crochet hook to make the size medium in this video. And first we'll start working on the spiderweb design. So grab your yarn and make a magic circle. Chain 1 to secure it. Then make 5 single crochets in your magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull the yarn end to close the circle. Then chain 1 and turn your work. Then we're gonna make a stacked single crochet in that first stitch. So single crochet, then make another single crochet on top that single crochet, and that's a stacked single crochet. Chain 2 and make a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 2 again and make a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 2 again and make a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 2 again and make a double crochet in the last stitch. Then chain 1 and turn your work, and just as before, make a stacked single crochet in the first stitch. Then chain 4, then make a double crochet at the top of the next double crochet or in the next stitch. Chain 4 again and make a double crochet in the next stitch. Then chain 4 again and make a double crochet in the next stitch until you reach the end of the row. Chain 4 and make a double crochet in the next stitch. You are not working into any of your chain spaces, you are only working in your double crochet stitches. Then chain 1 and turn your work again. Start the row again with a stacked single crochet. Then we're going to be working into the chain spaces. We're going to place 5 double crochets into our chain spaces. 4, 5 double crochets. Then do another double crochet in the next stitch. Then in the next chain spaces, make another 5 double crochet and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. And at the end of this row, you want to make sure that you have 25 stitches. So chain 1 and turn your work again. Let's move on. Then start this row again with a stacked single crochet, and we're going to start with a chain of 4. Then skip the next 2 stitches and make a double crochet in the next stitch. So it's chain 4 for this row. Skip the next 2 stitches and make a double crochet in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip the next 2, double crochet in next stitch until you reach the end. At the end, chain 1 and turn your work. Start again with a stacked single crochet. Then make a chain of 6, 4, 5, 6, and double crochet in the next stitch. So it's chain 6 and double crochet in the next stitch until you reach the end. At the end, chain 1 and turn. Start with the stacked single crochet again. Then we're going to chain 8 this time for this row. Then make a double crochet in the next stitch. So it's chain 8 for this row and a double crochet in the next stitch until you reach in the end. And now for the last row of this spiderweb design, chain 1 and turn. Start with a stacked single crochet in the first stitch. Then for this row, we'll be working 9 double crochets into our chain spaces. Then 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So it's 9 double crochet in the chain spaces and 1 double crochet in the next stitch. And this is it. This is a spiderweb design that we're making for the top. As I said before, I use a 4.5mm crochet hook to get this size. This is the medium size. To finish off, you're going to fasten off this color. You chain 1 and fasten off to move on. This size would fit more of a medium size, but to get smaller and bigger sizes, you would change your hook size. You can also measure it on yourself to know if the size fits you. This was a size large that I made using a 5mm crochet hook, and as you can see, it looks a bit bigger than the one we just made. Now moving on to making the body of the top, you should have finished off with 81 stitches. And what you want to do is, starting at the top of the spider web or where you place your first or last stitches, you're going to skip 20 stitches and we're going to start working on from the next stitch after that. So grab your yarn and make a slip knot with the other color. And as I said before, starting at the top or where you place your first stitch, count the next 20 stitches and skip them. You're going to work in the next stitch after that. So we're going to go straight into making a double crochet into that stitch, which will be your 21st stitch. Then keep making double crochets across. We're going to make 20 double crochets in total. So that was 1 we just made, that's 2 and 3. Make 20 double crochets across and stop. Then in the next stitch, which is count as our middle stitch, we're going to place a 5 double crochet increase in that stitch, making sure to mark the 3rd stitch. I used another color yarn to mark my stitch, but you can use a stitch marker or anything that you have. And then after, you will do 20 more double crochets across. Should have, after this row, 45 stitches of the new color, and your 23rd stitch is what is marked, that is the middle stitch. And what we're going to do now is follow a pattern of chain 2, turn your work, and you're going to double crochet across until you reach your marked stitch. Then into the marked stitch, gonna do the 5 double crochet increase, also marking the middle stitch. Then you're gonna just double crochet across until you reach the end. And that's the pattern that you will be following for a total of 10 rows. Remember to always mark the 3rd stitch at the middle of the 5 double crochet increase, and after every row you will have more stitches than the previous row. So this row had 45, the next row will have 49, and the next row will have 53, and so on until the end. You can, as you crochet along, measure it on your body to make sure you like the fit, and how long it's going to be after the 10 rows. When making bigger sizes like extra large and extra large, you can make 12 rows like I did with this one. How much rows you make determine how long the top is going to be, so the best thing to do is measure it on your body to fit your right length. Next, we're going to work on shaping the sides of the top to reach the length. So starting from right where you left off before, chain 2 and turn your work and double crochet across, stopping in the stitch right before you made your 5 double crochet increase. So you're not stopping in the mark stitch this time, you're stopping right before you made the 5 double crochet increase. The stitch before that is where you will stop. So double crochet across. So we're only going to be working on this side, and you will do the other side on your own. So what you want to do now is turn your work, and you want to slip stitch in the first stitch and in the next stitch. Then make a chain of 2, and then from the next stitch all the way to the end, make 1 double crochet in each stitch across. And when you reach at the end, on this end, there will be no decreasing in that end, only on the other end of the top. So chain 2 and turn your work, then double crochet across, and you're going to stop before you reach the last 2 stitches. So you're going to leave the last 2 stitches out. You're not going to make any double crochets in them, which will count as your decrease for that row. And now you want to follow the pattern of only decreasing on this side where you're seeing you skip the 2 stitches at that side. You want to follow the last 2 rows that we did. From here you will turn your work and slip stitch in the next 2 stitches, then double crochet across, and when you reach at the end, you'll just turn your work, double crochet across, leaving the last 2 stitches undone, repeating the pattern over and over again until you have a total of 9 rows, or until you have 22 stitches. And here it is, my 9 rows of decreases. You will have more rows if you're making a bigger size. And now we're going to continue the double crocheting across, but we're going to make decreases on both sides this time. So start by turning your work, then slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, chain 2, then double crochet across, stopping just before the last 2 stitches. So we're going to leave 2 stitches undone at the end of the row, and that's the pattern you will be following this time. Just keep turning your work at the end of the row, slip stitch in the first 2 stitches, chain 2, double crochet across, stopping just before the last 2 stitches. You're going to go back and forth repeating it until you have only 1, or maybe you will have 2 stitches remaining back. And this is it here. This is the end. I only have 1 more stitch remain back, so at the end you just chain 1 and fasten off this work. And what you're going to do is repeat the shaping part of the top over again on the other side of the top to shape up it to reach that length as the other side as well. You can go ahead and do that on your own and come back for us to work on crocheting around the top and to add our straps. And this is how your top should look like after you finish that other side. Do not fasten off on the other side because we're going to work around from that side. So in the stitch where you left off, let's start working. chain 1 and make a single crochet, chain 1 and turn first, then make a single crochet into that same stitch, then chain 2 and make a single crochet in the next stitch. The next stitch is actually at the top here where you made your decrease rows. Chain 2 and single crochet at the top of them. Continue doing that across the row, which is actually the bottom of the top. So chain 2 and single crochet across, and this is how it should look. That is actually the bottom of the top. Then we will move on to the sides of the top. So at the side, I'm going to place 2 single crochet at the top there, then chain 2 and single crochet at the top of the decrease row from the previous row into that top peak there. That's your decrease rows from before. You're just chaining 2 and single crocheting in them until you reach at the sides where there are no decrease rows. That's where you'll just place 1 single crochet into every stitch across. And when you reach at the part where your spider web is, you can just continue placing 1 single crochet into every stitch across the spider web stitches at the sides, at the top, and on the other side. You're going to continue placing single crochets all around until you reach back at the top where you started your first single crochet to complete the edging for this top. Also, when you reach at the top of the spider web pattern here, you want to place 1 single crochet, a chain 1 and a 1 single crochet in that same stitch on that side of the spider web and the other side of the spider web as well, because that is where your straps are going to be. So continue single crocheting across your spider webs, making sure to place that 1 single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet at the top of the other side, then single crochet all the way down again. Making sure to do your chain 2 and single crochet at the top of the decrease rows when you reach on that side. And that's it. That's the end of this edging. So to finish off, make a slip stitch in the first single crochet that you made, chain 1 and fasten off. We're going to make the straps with another color. I'm using white like I did with my spider web, but you can use any color that you like to make the strap row. So to make the strap row, grab your yarn and make a slip knot. Then attach it to any one of your stitches. Attach it with a slip stitch. Then chain 1 and single crochet around into every stitch. Into all your chain 2 spaces, you're going to place 2 single crochets in them. So you're going to go around, single crocheting around until you reach at the top of your spider web pattern where you had your chain 1 space from the previous row, where we will make the straps. And to make it, you're going to single crochet into the chain 1 space. Then you're going to make as many chains as you like to fit your desired length. I made a total of 200 chains, but you can make many chains as you like. And what you're going to do is slip stitch way back down until you reach the stitch where you left off. So slip stitch in all your chains back down until you reach your stitches on the top. When you reach back at your stitches, single crochet into that same stitch. Then you continue single crocheting across until you reach at the top of the other side of the spider web where your other strap should be. Then you will single crochet into that chain 1 space that you have there. Then make your other strap by chaining the amount of spaces and slip stitching back down, then single crocheting back down and all the way around your top till you reach back at the first single crochet that you made. And at the end, you're just going to slip stitch into the first single crochet you made. Then chain 1 and fasten off. And then the very last thing for you to do that you can go ahead and do on your own is weave in any of the ends that you have. Go ahead and weave them in. And that's it. That is your spiderweb crochet top all done. Now we can lace up the back so that you can see. So what you want to do is turn it around, and I'm gonna lace mine up in an X shape in the back. So we're gonna put the straps into like an X shape, and then I'm going to be going into these holes, these triangles holes that we have here at the top, at the back of the top. We're gonna go back and forth to make the straps in the back a beautiful lace up pattern. And when you are done with that, that's it. Your spooky cute spiderweb top is ready to wear. I hope you enjoyed making this Halloween inspired crochet top with me. If you did, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more fun and creative tutorials. Until next time, happy crocheting!